Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Ron's Keto Cafe and Low-Carb recipes with Ron. So as we get going and transferring back over to keto and carnivore, for the first week of October, we're doing keto meals, and then we're going to switch over to carnivore and do some BBBE and maybe some egg fasting, but I'm not sure about the egg fast right now. But one of the very first recipes that I made when I started the ketogenic lifestyle back in 2020 was the famous 90-second keto bread. This recipe has been out for quite a while, so what I did was I went on to YouTube, and then I went on to Google, and then I came up with this recipe. So we're going to duplicate this recipe, and I'll film it out, and we'll come back and talk about it. So what you need for this is a ramekin, 3 tablespoons of almond flour, 1 egg, half a teaspoon of baking powder, a pinch of salt, and a tablespoon of melted butter, or you can use oil, like avocado oil or olive oil. So what you're going to do is you're going to mix everything all up with your almond. Once you put the ingredients in a bowl, after you melt your butter, you put the rest of the ingredients in, and then you add your egg, and you mix it all right up in your ramekin, and you bake it in the microwave for 90 seconds. Now remember, all oven times might vary. So, but if you have to add a little more seconds to it, you can. And to change things up, you can add some garlic powder, onion powder, everything all seasoned bagel in, put sesame seeds on the top of the bread when it's done. You could even add some cheese to it. At another time, we'll add some cheese to it. And these make great little sandwiches. You can toast them in the air fryer if you got a air fryer. Put them in the toaster and put some of your favorite low-carb jam on it. Now, I happen to bought some of that low-carb jam from Good Jam. It's a very good, clean company. I found on Amazon. I think I've seen it at Walmart, and I definitely bought it at Hannaford's. And they have quite a number of different variety of jams. And at some point, we're going to go into pick up some fresh raspberries and that sort of thing, and start making our own jam and preserving them. And we'll show you how we do that in future videos. So if that's something you think you might be interested in, you let me know in the show more. So without further ado, we'll go right into the recipe, and I'll have music, and then we'll come back and talk about it, because I do it this way now because my noise in the kitchen and the apartment noise is crazy at times, and we happen to have a little bit of downtime right now. So let's just go right into the recipe. Hope you enjoy it. Again, don't forget to give me a thumbs up, like, share, and subscribe to the channel. And we'll see you on the next video, and we'll come back and talk about this one when they get it made. And and if I got anything going on over the video, that I'll show you. I'll talk about it over the timeline, like I'll do a voiceover. But for the most part, it'll just be music. But anyways, have a great day. So what we got going on here, guys, we got a ramekin over here, and we got about 2 tablespoons of butter. Now we're going to get that going in the microwave for about maybe a half a minute or so until it's fully melted. And then we'll come back and start adding the ingredients into this ramekin. And be careful, because it's going to be hot when you take it out of the microwave. Okay, so we're back. So we have our melted butter, and we're going to add the almond flour, which is about 3 tablespoons of almond flour, a quarter of a teaspoon of baking powder, and a little bit of salt. And then we're going to put 1 egg in, and we're going to mix it all up really well. And then we're going to add a little bit of cheese just to change it up. And this is the almond flour that I added. Now I'm using the company from Walmart, Great Value brand. It's one of my favorite brands of almond flour that I use. Very, very reasonable in price. And then of course then we get the baking powder, and I use the Davis brand for the baking powder, in case you're wondering what brand that I use. About a quarter of a teaspoon. And then over here I'm just grabbing a pinch of salt. Now I got both cameras going. I had the overhead camera going and the side camera going. I made a little bit of mess on my nice new clean cloth there. And I got this particular cloth from the Pioneer Woman. I got it at Walmart, and then I cracked 1 egg at room temperature. If you don't have it at room temperature, it's not a big deal, but it makes it easier for the egg to come out, and you're getting all the yolk. And I did get a shell in there, and I just took it out. I didn't show that part of the video, but just be careful with that, because there's a shell I got, and I took it out. No big deal. And then I used a whisk, and I got it mixing up. And you want to get it all mixed up into some form of paste there until it gets really nice and like a pasty batter. And then I added, for giggles, I just added about a tablespoon of cheddar cheese over the top. mix it up a little bit, and then I put it in the microwave for 90 seconds, and then I use a cloth to take it out of the microwave because it did get really, really hot. And over here at the top of the video, you can see me mixing it up really well with my whisk. And again, when I cut it open, it was really cut really smooth. You could use a serrated knife there, like I like the alligator teeth, and then it cut really nice. But when you turned it over on the opposite side, you could see the egg. It was white but everything was fully cooked. And then I ended up putting the good jam on it at the end. And you could even toast these, and you could just fry them up a little bit if you want to. And I've done all that in the past. This came out really, really good. I really enjoyed it, and it made me wonder that why am I eating regular bread again when I can just make this with an egg. And I have some other variations of this. I'll dig out those videos, and maybe I'll put a link up over the timeline. But one of my famous salmon flour bread that I made there in a mug, and I had like over 15,000 views on it, and again, if everybody would have commented on my video, and shared it and subscribed, I would have been in the money on YouTube. But I'm just trying to get my watch time hours up there too. And you can see I made a little bit of a mess with the egg on top of my nice clean cloth, which probably next time I'll throw that in the wash when my wife does another wash later in the week. But that's the cheese over there, and from this point we just take it and put it in the microwave for 90 seconds, and we'll come right back. Okay, so there you have our bread. It's been 90 seconds, and I put it on a cutting board, and I took a knife and I just went around it to see if it would pop out, and I had to stick the knife underneath it to kind of like break it off. You can see I tried to get it out that way, and it didn't come out because it was stuck to the bottom a little bit, which is fine. The bread still came out really, really good. And then I just I kind of like popped it out of there with the knife, and then I just flipped it right on to the cut. Well, I did it this way. I was trying to get to think of it, want to do it that way, you flip it, but it came out with the knife. And after a couple of seconds, after it cooled down a little bit, there it was a little bit warm. Just be careful not to burn yourself with all this stuff. But that's what it looked like from the top and the top part of the bread. Now over here in the next part of the video, we're going to take it, we're going to flip it on the opposite side so I can show you what it looked like when it came out. But overall, I'm really happy, pleased how it came out, and it was really, really good. It tasted like bread, it felt like bread, and again, when you're doing low-carb keto, you got to do what you got to do to to go get out there and get that weight off of there, right, guys? Because that's what it's all about, is getting healthy. And so anyways, we're going to, at this point now, this is what the backside of it looked like, and there was just a little bit of white from the yolk. That's fine. And I was happy with it. It felt like a sponge. It was spongy, and all that yellow on the top of the bread is the cheese. And again, you don't have to put cheese. It's just optional. Other options you can put on there. You can put on everything else. There's a bagel in. You can put onion powder, garlic powder, any of your favorite spices in it. Make it spicy. You can do anything you want with it. And we're going to do all that later on down the road as we continue on with the ketogenic lifestyle, getting back on track with carnivore. And I just was cutting this up with my knife, and I was being careful at this point not to cut myself, and very leery of knives, and then I just cut it down that way to get it to break up a little bit. And then over here, I was just trying to get a good angle on the camera. And then I ended up taking some of that, I'll show you up in the video coming up there. I had some of that good jam that I had purchased a while back ago, and I wanted to start using some of that up so I could pick up some more of it for next month there. But I'm going to start making my own. But anyways, this is a good jam. Again, this is there's the macros on the back of it. I think it was like 5 macros, 5 calories per tablespoon. We ended up using about 2 tablespoons. Again, when I'm watching the Pioneer Woman and all those chefs, they don't really measure out exactly unless it actually calls for it. Most of them just eyeball it because they've been doing it for so long. And that's how I've been doing it. But for the sake of purposes for the video, I'll put all the instructions and the amounts. And this is a standard 90-second keto bread recipe that anybody can make. And again, this is the apartment noise that I have over here, so this is why I do this in the back room. And I just made my little bit of sandwich over there, and it's trying to get you a little bit of a video idea of what the sandwich looked like and what you can expect when you make this bread. But look at, so you can see how nice it held together. Now, if you like this jam, you could probably fry up a hamburger, put a hamburger in between for a sandwich. That'd probably be a good sandwich with some jelly instead of using sugar-free ketchup or stuff like that. But and that came out really good. And again, I was trying to get a good angle on the camera, but then that looked really good. But anyways, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Love you guys.